The fuck? Oh, sorry. It's just a really weak noise. And I thought it was my laptop. And then I got the laptop's going to explode. It was the printer. I was printing a label. I managed to confuse myself. Remarkably easy to do. Clever enough to come up with something cunning and stupid enough to fall for it. Fieldly, hello. I'm just labeling these syrups before I forget what they are. A spiced cola syrup and a spiced sherry syrup. I did see, actually, you posted on the Discord the email you sent for special guest. As the re-release this Tuesday anyway, you can watch the original. You see some Pixar Star Wars collection. I have questions about that too. 15 minutes. Yeah, nice. Yeah, no, that seems good. Oh, well, you're the one messaging him, but yeah, no, that seems fine. Just have to label this one Sherry. Yeah, I got the idea for this syrup from the special night out Mrs. Angry and I had for our anniversary on Thursday. The guy described the syrup they made for this house special old-fashioned where they mix sherry and beer and reduce that to a syrup, just simmer it till at least 75% of the water content evaporates. You get a syrup. And with cooking spices, I think they just use cinnamon and star anise. I used a bit more. Harry, how are you? Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. Oh, you know what else? Particularly if it's a quiet night, I have actually finished editing the latest book movie video. Finished it just before the stream. And I was copying it to a USB and I forgot. I might run out and get it. So I've got it ready to play. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Hello, Celtic. How are you going? Yeah, I didn't really expect to have it done already. I thought I might have it ready for tomorrow, but I don't know. Everything's coming up Millhouse this afternoon and got her done. Just copy it to the local drive. Okay, copy, paste. That'll take a minute or two to transfer. Thanks, Celtic. This is one of the few that has an old-fashioned on it, actually. Should have more of those because it's like my favorite cocktail. Oh, and speaking of which, I was going to make one tonight. Did I get this recipe from Difford's? I did. Bayana. Why is it called the Bayana? What does that mean? We just put it in a cube. Lemon juice, sugar syrup. From a 1934 book, 1700 Cocktails for the Man Behind the Bar. So God knows where the name comes from the early 20th century. Okay. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Celtic, I haven't read the books yet. They're just here. But I am sufficiently interested to have a look. Apocrypha, the writings of Adam and Eve, and the Life of Adam and Eve collection. I am at least vaguely interested in what they've got in here. You know what? I might set myself the mood and make a cocktail. Do a short video. That's what I've had my eye on. All right. It's my garnish. A bit of orange peel. All right. Now, well, let's get ready. All right, you know what? I'm going to do the professional thing. Chill my glass. The thing I always say I do, but rarely actually do. I can use this coupe glass for a while. All right, let's do that. So you know what? I might put it here. It's going to be out of shot when I edit. Okay, so I got brandy. I got my lemon juice. What is my recipe? Okie doke. Trilo. Lemon juice, sugar syrup, absinthe, and orange bitters. Okay, which brandy will I use? The misnamed black bottle. It's a clear bottle. Use this sugar syrup. Bitters. Absinthe. Lemon juice is just here. Okay. Just squeeze some more tomorrow. Okay, yes, 60 mils brandy. Okie dokie. I'm gonna pour a bit heavy on the brandy. Fuck it. Because I'm a special boy and I deserve it. Okay, let's get stuff set up. And then we shoot. Shoot at dawn. Okay, put this over here. Do-do-do-do. Life is hard, so am I. Alright, I'm charging my rechargeable batteries there. Let's get it on. Okay, we got dot, Let's put the glass out, and we be ready, yo. Okay. Let's go. Enough preparation. We get the brandy. We got the lemon juice. How much lemon juice is there actually in there? Just about the right amount. 15 mils of sugar syrup. And 2 dashes of absinthe. First one. I was gonna use it's gonna shake that like bitters. That has the potential for disaster. Okay. That's the ingredients. Okay. Like that. Okay. Alright, let's strain that into thickness. Put that over there for now. Orange peel. Okay. Dookie 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 doo. Now a quick talkie bit. Get this lined up. Wait, just make sure. Reckon what's happening with fucking. Yep, focus is on auto. Good. Okay. Be careful about fucking these things up. That'll fucking do. We'll fix it in post. G'day cocktail lovers. This is called a bayana and I have no idea why. The recipe is around 100 years old. It was first published in the 30s in a book called 1700 Drinks for the Man Behind the Bar. That seems a little excessive. And to be fair, this is only a minor variation on a brandy sour. So maybe that's how they managed to come up with 1700 drinks, just doing tiny variations. The variation is a few dashes of absinthe. And I thought that sounded fun. It could add a really interesting note, particularly if I use my special blue absinthe that upsets wannabe gatekeepers. And I just love getting up the nose of people who think they can tell everyone else what to do. Ha ha! But I am going to taste this now. This is really quite good. The absinthe really does work in this. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of the brandy of your choice, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lemon juice, then half an ounce or 15 mils of sugar syrup, then 2 dashes of absinthe and 2 dashes of orange bitters. Add ice to the glass, shake that. Add ice to the shaker and shake it for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then I'm straining that into a chilled coupe, garnishing it with a twist of orange peel. I thought that little touch of absinthe would be nice, and honestly, it justifies calling it a different drink. It's not a brandy sour. It's got a different flavor profile to it, one that I quite like, and I think you might like too. So why not try a bayana? Cheers. Stop. Don't mind this one at all. All right. Settling down. Just got to switch a few things off. Turn that off. Turn the very bright light off. And now I sit down and see what's happening. What's happening, y'all? You've just been hanging on with bated breath. And my internet seems more reliable tonight, which is a huge relief. Oh, wait, I didn't put the lid on that. I'll just do that while I'm thinking of it. Oh, I'll get my phone back too while I'm thinking of it. Okie dokie doo. Hello, Dr. Abigail. How are you this evening? It is a relief having this laptop back. It's so much more reliable. But the fan just goes turbo on it. You need to get some sort of cooling through it, although that'd probably make as much noise. Like, thankfully, I put music in the background of my videos to cover little hiccups like a fan in the background. You know what? Because it's Saturday night, why not treat yourself and have a cherry? I am a creature of habit, and my habit is indulgence. Cherries ahoy. All right. All right. Ah. Yeah, I freaking like this one. I've been forgetting this year to mark on my channel which ones I liked. Make it hard to do a best of at the end of the year. Typical of me, make my life more difficult than it needs to be. What was I going to do? I'm just putting this out. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the book. The book that has a pen holder, and I can hold the pen in that. Got just like your mum was complaining, I got a wet patch. Ibagum. All right. Doing my own soundtrack. All right. I'm always intrigued as to what the color tone of this webcam looks like to everyone else. On my screen, I look a bit jaundiced, but I adjusted it Tuesday night for Laserdisc Talk, and everyone agreed when I did an adjustment, that's better. I don't know if it's kept the adjustment. I think it has. But yes, any thoughts on if I'm looking a natural color? Excellent point. Will I see it on YouTube if I open YouTube? Okay. No, I'm more interested, from the view of everyone else. No, it looks the same. That's okay. Good. No, okay. I'm happy. Oh yeah, no. My internet just shit itself completely. And it's just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. That's a message from God. Time for bed. Felt kind of ridiculously early. Going to bed at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Felt weird being there without me. That's okay. Well, I'm glad you looked after things. Okay, I do really like this one. Good. Good stuff. See if I remember to say. Oh, well, like I said, I've been forgetting to do that. Oh, can you do that? Or did you do it yourself? Sorry, did you do the "you are totally fucked up"? Wasn't sure if you were in the studio, if you could play the media. But I do appreciate the completeness. You did it yourself. Nice. Oh, I finally watched Once Upon a Time in the West today. Sergio Leone movie. Henry Fonda, the bad guy, and he's a very bad guy. I have to admit, at certain points I was going, wait, I don't understand. What's happening? Why are they doing this? Wait, who shot these people? What? And the most confusing thing actually got resolved towards the end of the movie. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not stupid for not knowing why all those people had been shot, because they hadn't told us. And a dude just told us at the end of the movie that he did it. I was like, oh, there were just various things happening that I was very confused. I think it's a great movie. For 60s, 70s Western. And like I said, there was enough going on that I was periodically confused as to, wait, what's happening? Why are they doing that? Who did that? What's going on? So I had to pay attention. And it's really well shot. Like the opening sequence is amazing. You've been watching Star Wars and writing talking points for our guest. Fair enough. Doing washing. I did my laundry today, and setting the dishwasher, unpacking from yesterday, packing it again. So I take control of the dishwasher because I like to put stuff that I've used in the bar through there. And it's like, okay, if I control the dishwasher, I can most of the time have my bar stuff washed before I do another stream. Very self-centered. On the one level, it sounds like, oh, look at him doing the chores in the house. He's going, no, I just want to control what's happening so I can get stuff done when I want it done. Oh, and this, you might be interested in this, Charlie. Okay, these two syrups I made, sherry and beer reduction, which I did make a cocktail with last night, old-fashioned, and this one's a cola reduction. You sick of Star Wars? No, if you had to watch it all day, I'm not surprised you've had enough. And also with the cooking spices. And so I had the cooking spices like cinnamon, star anise, nutmeg, allspice, etc. And I thought, I've still got the things and they're all sugary. So I'm making some more spiced brandy. A page of notes about Star Wars. Damn. All right. Well, preparation is good. I feel like maybe we should do Angry Bunch again tonight because it got cut off last night. And I was quite looking forward to having some Angry Bunch time. We got some, which was nice, an hour or so. But I gave blood today, and I don't have a bruise this time, which is nice. Yeah, got to have your shit sorted. Got a celebrity guest, absolutely. Ooh, sounds like you've forgotten something. Oh, my gift? Is that what you're asking? Because it was my third donation, I get a gift. I got an insulated, reusable coffee cup because I want to see if it's good for making ice. Because it's interesting. It's a different size. It might make one good-sized piece of ice. So I've already put water in it and chucked it in the freezer, and I'll thaw it out tomorrow and see what it's like. And if it's not good for making ice, it's a pretty cool cup. So yeah. So it's a particular size. I think it could be really good if it's properly insulated. Dr. Pega, there's a blood center, honestly, it's almost around the corner. It's in our suburb. Like a less than 5-minute drive away, probably a 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk. And it's extremely convenient. So we gave blood. There were more people, many more people than last time. Like 3 months ago, I think there was only like 2 or 3 other people. There was like 10 people in there, and younger people too. Previous times I've been in there, almost everyone donating blood was older, like over 50. And this time, of that increased group, most of them were younger. I'd say under 40. A few that were probably under 30. So nice to see more people giving blood. Oh, zombies attack you, couldn't hear me. Okay. There is a blood center in my suburb. It's like a 5-minute drive away. So, yes, it's not just next door, but it's not far away. It's very convenient. That makes the decision to give blood so much easier, that it's, basically just around the corner. And yeah, it's nice. You give blood, which, took less than 10 minutes, and then sat around and ate snacks. I had my lunch there. Like I had there's like an 11:15 appointment. By the time I go through questionnaires, I got the thing. I don't know. It was somewhere between 11:45 and 12 when I'd finished, and I was like, okay, I'm having lunch. All their little snacks like sausage roll, party pies, chippies, chocolate, having some flavored milk. Got to build myself back up after donating blood. It's very trouble-free. It's like they do this thing where they test your hemoglobin. They do the one they seem to go tunk and pokes a hole in your finger and they squeeze blood out. The previous time, I really didn't like that. It's like, ow, that actually hurt. Or like it was right on the fingertip. And I was like, I did not like that. This time, I felt like I didn't feel it. And when they jam the needle in your arm, it's not too painful. I mean, oh, he just stabbed me with a needle. Okay. But they're pretty good at it. And what's the phrase they always use? You'll feel a scratch. It's not a scratch. I'm being stabbed with a very pointy syringe. But it's not bad. Hey, Noog, how you doing? Good to see you. So it's an adventure. So I sat down and watched the movie, then edited. Ooh, should I play the book movie video? Because I did actually edit it. I'm on a laptop that just kind of works. It's much easier to do. All right, let's play. Let's play the latest book movie video. Where are we? Pictures. What did I call it? Take a trip to old Roma.
G'day, cocktail lovers.
All right, just gotta do that. Got it ready. Share screen. Good. Had eye on T20. Going to be better than you thought for Zim. Okay, I'm also intrigued. Handability's wondering what that is. But I'm going to go make an old-fashioned while I play this video. Share screen. We also want the audio. Okay, we'll just do this so it's nice and big. So you're gonna tell me if this is working like audio and everything. Here we go.
G'day, cocktail lovers. It's time for another one of my favorites from the past that's going in the book. The book that will store my favorite recipes. This one is called The Old Roma. This one was in my top 10 cocktails from 2024, and the recipe was invented by a guy who has an Instagram channel called The Weekend Mixologist. When I see people discussing it online, they're regularly talking about it being an old-fashioned variation. Where look at it, it's like not an old-fashioned, it's a variation on a black Manhattan. Because an old-fashioned is spirit, sugar, bitters, and a black Manhattan is whiskey and Amaro and bitters, which is what's in here, along with an additional liqueur, which makes it a unique recipe. It seems obvious to me this is not an old-fashioned, but even though picking fights on the internet is truly rewarding, spiritually uplifting, of benefit to all humanity, I'm just going to let it go. You know what? I have reached enlightenment. This recipe is pretty close to a black Manhattan, although it's sweeter because it includes creme de cacao. I'm not sure how it got its name, but I think the name Old Roma lends credence to my this is a Manhattan theory. Namely, it's the place name. Manhattan, you add some Italian Amaro, and it becomes Old Roma. The original recipe calls for Lucana Amaro, which I don't have, so I'm going to use a Verna, and there might be some purists out there going, but that means it's not the same cocktail. And technically, yes. And I think if you lined up two side by side, one that had Lucana and one that had a Verna, you could probably taste the difference. But I feel like I'm sticking with the spirit of the recipe, and that's good enough for me. It's a whiskey-based cocktail, and I decided to go with rye whiskey. And when choosing among the ryes I had, I decided to go with my own. When I say my own, I didn't distill it, but I did barrel age it. I got a hold of a couple different rye new make spirits, and I blended them, and I aged them in the barrel for about 4 months. Because the barrels, they're about 1 liter, they're much smaller than the barrels used in commercial distilleries. A significantly greater proportion of the liquid is in contact with the wood of the barrel at all times, so it ages faster. 4 months in this barrel is about 3 years in a big barrel. So I've ended up with a rye that has a nice deep color and has picked up some nice flavors from the wines and cocktails that had previously been in that barrel. As I said, I'm using the Averna Amaro, but I recommend going with what you have, your favorite Amaro. Then we have the interesting modifier in this recipe, creme de cacao. I'm using white because I prefer it, but you could use brown creme de cacao as well. And to round things out, we have a couple of dashes of black walnut bitters going in. A word of warning about black walnut bitters. I like it. It's a great taste, but a little goes a long way, in my opinion. So if you get some for the first time you're trying it out, I recommend be conservative. Like start with a dash, even a light dash. And if you like it, maybe add it incrementally till it gets to where you want. If you go mad with a couple of dashes straight up, there's a strong chance it will overpower your cocktail. Well, that's the background and the ingredients. Now it's time to show you how to make it, and we make it like this. In a mixing glass, add 60 mils or 2 ounces of the whiskey of your choice, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of the Amaro of your choice, then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of creme de cacao, and to really enhance the flavors, we're going 2 dashes of walnut bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then we strain that into a rocks glass, preferably over a big chunk of sexy clear ice, and I'm using my favorite garnishes, a twist of orange peel, and some maraschino cherries on a skewer. Presentation-wise, I see why people think, oh, this is an old-fashioned variation. And I don't want to harp on a point, and I don't want to suggest that I'm right and everyone else is wrong, but far more important than what template this is following is what does it taste like. Let's give it a taste test. It tastes great. You've got that light Amaro bitterness in there, and the chocolate complements that really well. This is actually a really smooth drink for a drink with a lot of whiskey in it. And my home-aged rye is actually fairly high proof. This is not blasting. The mellowness of the Amaro and the creme de cacao are really coming to the fore, which is very nice. This is a smooth drink. It's reminiscent of both a Manhattan.
What the hell happened there? That's so
creme de
weird.
cacao are really coming to the fore, which is very nice. This is a smooth drink. It's reminiscent of both a Manhattan.
Oh, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? That's so weird. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to check that on my PC. Yeah. That's just the laptop doing something weird, I think. Check this out. But yeah, we were at the end. Well, I watched it on my PC. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to do that. I watched it on my PC and that didn't happen. So it's something to do with this laptop. But it was over anyway. And I do take your feedback there, Charlie. I could easily reshoot and re-edit that bit with the bottles. That's not much work at all. Or I could just take I actually agree with what you're saying. Yeah, but nitpicking is good. We've got to get down to the detail. Yes. Well, this is the thing. It would not be much trouble at all to reshoot that and get a better angle. And I mean, I agree with you. I've also got to double check on my PC that there's nothing wrong with the base video file. I think there's something wrong with how this is copied, or this laptop's just having a bit of a weird seizure with its media player. I'm pretty happy with that video. And you know what? If we're going to elevate it just by reshooting and re-editing that little bit with the bottles, it's worth doing. Sorry, you're expecting lightning. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so that spiced cola syrup is really good. Fucking yum. Oh, God, okay, YouTube censoring comments again. God, it's so weird. The thunder was actually applause. Well, if I'm going to do a re-edit, my original idea was to have like angelic choirs going, oh, and it turns out among all the sound effects I have, I don't have that. So it was like a crowd applause. So maybe I will try and find another sound effect. Angelic choir? Yeah, okay. Well, if I'm going to do minor re-edits anyway, just changing the audio file. Okay. Yeah, it's just I got annoyed with trying to find an angelic choir sound. Actually, it's being a cheap bastard and not wanting to pay for an angelic choir sound. All right. Well, I'm going to redo the bottles, so I'll redo the sound as well. Hey, Heine, how you going? Nice to see you. Tons of old sound effects CDs. Do you have angelic choirs? I've got a fucking folder with thousands of sounds on them, and none of them was an angelic choir. Well, I found kind of the exact sound online, And I don't begrudge someone wanting to be paid for it. It's like, dude, I'm not making money out of doing these things. I don't really want to pay for a 2-second sound. Got visual effects and sound effects. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff from Humble Bundle over the years. I literally have thousands. I just didn't find an angelic choir when I was doing it. YouTube censored you saying download it. Yeah. I tried downloading it and everyone wanted me to pay. And as I said, I don't begrudge someone wanting to be paid for something they've created. But like I said, not making any money out of this. You really want to pay for a 2-second sound? Yeah. Look, honestly, I think the censoring is probably tied into the youth social media bans as well. Or, they're just using bad programming. Honey, I'm back from the supermarket. Oh, you're doing bulk supplies, getting twice your normal load. Well, when you got to bulk up, you got to bulk up. Oof, I like that old-fashioned so much. I think I'll make one with the other. I was going to do a side by side, actually, with the two syrups. Then I decided not to. Now I'm regretting it. I got a bunch of mothballs from the supermarket to try and scare the possums out of the roof. Also, I'm thinking bright light. Okay, now I've got another one of these somewhere, but I found one. Little portable work light. Now, is this rechargeable or are there batteries in here? I feel like it's a battery thing. But I can't see where batteries... I also can't see where you'd plug it in to recharge it. Wait, is that it? Oh, yeah, there we go. So, look how bright this is. Wow! Hope I didn't blind anyone then. Yeah, this was for video lighting. I've got at least one more of them somewhere. Yeah, really bright, really cheap. They got this neat handle that you can actually use to either prop them up or hang them off a nail. Really good. It is, yeah, actually, it is a very harsh light, so I would always bounce it off walls. That's my trick. Harsh lights, bounce them off walls. Honey, you placed monitor's backlight with about 16 of them, like looking into the sun. Unit would overheat about 20 seconds to display. Good Lord. Like staring at Stephen Miller's bald, hate-filled head. I see. See? This is also my background of having a dad who was a photographer. I learned a few lighting tricks from him, and I learned a few more when I was at college. But most of these lighting tricks, like don't do harsh direct light, either have a filter on the light that diffuses it, or bounce it off a wall, which diffuses it. Like I have, look, I have a ring light here. I'll show you. But the ring light, where is it? The ring light's not pointing at me, it's pointing at the wall. So I'm getting more diffuse light rather than the really harsh light straight at me. Ooh, now I've done that. And yeah, when I'm, same deal with the bigger ring light that I use when I'm shooting cocktail vids, it's same thing, bouncing it off the wall. Yeah, you've learned stuff in the last years that would have come in handy in the past. More focused on sound. Well, look, this is a consistent truth that many people are surprised by, but I've seen this. This is an evidence-based observation. People will watch a YouTube video with suboptimal video but really good sound before they will watch a video with really good video but shitty sound. It's very counterintuitive because YouTube's a video medium, but bad sound will turn people off quicker than lower resolution video. You have a lamp behind your screen that lights your face, the background's still dark. Yeah, that's a good one. And use our own mics, yeah. Because the camera mic's shit. I had a shotgun mic that attached to the top of the camera for a few years that was pretty good. I've tried lapel mics, like wireless lapel mics, a couple times, and they fuck up way too often. And even sometimes when you plug a mic straight into a camera, you get a weird problem. And it didn't happen that often, but it happened often enough to drive me bonkers. End up shooting a video and having no sound, which is why I switched to having a separate sound recorder, the Zoom sound recorder. We still have the problem, okay, very rarely, but occasionally I don't hit the record button properly, and I think I have, and I record a whole video, and then I go back to edit and splice the sound in, and there's no sound. The Blue Yeti is a good mic, yeah. But no, I get exactly why you wanted an independent audio track. Happy to provide it. I mean, StreamYard saves recordings of the streams, but I don't know if that would be better quality than what you're working with. Okay, I am going to make an old-fashioned with my sherry and beer reduction syrup. So while I'm doing this, think about it. If anyone wants to join Angry Bunch, I'm keen to do it for a while tonight, because probably go past 10 tonight if we've got like a vibe happening. Not super late, but past 10. So if anyone's in the mood to do Angry Bunch, let me know. Oh, you know what? Oh, I was going to put some absinthe in this, but I want to do a more honest comparison between the syrups. So spicy. Use the same whiskey. All right. And I did one dash of orange bitters. And I'm going to do some aromatic bitters when I come around there. All right, that's what I like. Angry Bunch. Have some chats. This fucking bitters, when I do it here, it throws a couple of drops past the glass. We got bitters splashes on my desk. I'm going to have to clean up tomorrow. Rex the Runt. Let's go invite. Copy that link. All right, so this is for anyone who wants to join. Throwing the linky poo out there. And I'm going to stir my old-fashioned. Okie dokie. Ready to roll. Trying to think, do I want to do anything tomorrow? I don't think so. Right, now I don't want to miss the first Sunday of the month because there's a market I like to go to. There's Charlie.
Wow, I'm on already. Hello. Hello.
I was paying attention. What can I say?
It's myself.
Oh dear.
All right.
It's all
This
good.
is loud compared to before. I must have had my YouTube turned down. There we go.
Maybe.
Well, I was a bit more.
So
There we go.
yeah, too late.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So, yeah, what were we talking about? Right, yeah, microphones, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and just
And lights.
tech stuff.
Oh, look, you know, the tech stuff is part of the reason why I love video making, you know.
Ugh.
I used to, you know, make my own green screen.
Yeah,
out of the
yeah. I
shit
made my own
and
green
hang
screen.
it up,
Yeah.
you know.
I
Yeah,
got
but you were more practical. Like, I remember you, instead of filming in front of a green screen, you used to print out, like, that full-blown background.
Yeah.
That was
That-
awesome. That was so original, you know?
that was fun. Well, I just found this website that said, like, hey, do you have a graphic? Plug it in here and just say how many sheets you want it to be across, and we will give you the file that convert. It's called raster. People are calling it rasterizing. And I was exploiting the Office printer.
Right, yeah.
Not
Was it a
telling you.
color laser printer, was it?
Yeah, laser printer, and
Yeah.
Print about 50 sheets in full color.
Yeah, no, it was very different than everyone else was doing because,
Yeah.
like I said, I was trying to join, you know, everybody else and try to learn how to do green screen, and then that was all about dealing with shadows.
Yes.
Constantly had, you know, that light that we were talking about is
Yeah.
terrible with shadows and
Yes.
everything, you know, like around here. And you know how we get that line around you and stuff
Yeah.
like that because of the shadow behind you, and constant issues with that. You know?
Yeah, Heine, Telstra did text me today and say we fixed your internet, and I haven't had any problems today. So maybe they're telling the truth. It's really funny because a week or two ago, everything went to shit, and I was messaging Telstra and looking online. Go, is there a Telstra outage? And there are no Telstra outages. 6 hours later, get a text. Your internet's fucked. And they were like, it'll be fixed by tomorrow. And I think they said that for 3 days. It'll be fixed tomorrow. And then it was fixed. And then, yeah, yesterday it fucked up again. And I got another thing. Oh, yeah, your internet's fucked if you haven't noticed. And they say, we promised to fix it by, they said 5 o'clock today, but I got a text really early, like 8 or 9 a.m. saying it was fixed. Yeah, Heine, a dog peeing on the exchange box. Well, they literally like were digging up the footpath to repair cables. What I reckon is it's just old cables that have been slowly degrading over a couple of decades, and they just hit a critical failure point.
Have you got fiber to the premises at your house?
No.
FTTP, you know they call it, right?
Yeah. Oh, look, honestly, I don't know. At one point, like with Foxtel, they said like, we need to install a satellite dish. That's the way to guarantee you get good. So I don't know
that's your cable television. Yeah.
I think that's just the cable TV. I don't think it's the internet, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because satellites don't send; they just receive, and when they do send, it's like a dribble. You know.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So you're right. That's clearly not my internet. Again, I'd never run that logic through my head.
So yeah, because we were one of the first cities that got fiber to the premises before Liberals came in and went, nope, we're not having any of that. You know.
Again,
we've been paid by the Murdoch government to stop that. You know.
I will never forgive Stephen Conroy for being a fucking jerk, because he alienated Telstra. And okay, I won't forgive Telstra for deliberately slowing down the process, because the combination of Stephen Conroy being a jerk and pissing off Telstra, and Telstra being jerks and slowing it down, meant that the NBN, which would have been friggin' awesome, had not been sufficiently rolled out by the time Labor lost office, and the Liberals could torpedo it. Like, honestly, if Conroy had worked with Telstra, and again, look, okay, Telstra can be fuckwits. They really can be. But Conroy, I don't know if you remember, Conroy out of the blue did this end run around Telstra that no one was expecting. And
I don't remember that. No, I remember Conroy doing a bunch of other things, but not that.
Yeah, no, but he did this end run where he's like, Telstra's not going to have control. We're going to do this, and we're going to demand Telstra give everyone access to the network because the government owns the network, not Telstra. And Telstra just did a go slow on them and fucked it. And yeah, as a result, by the time Labor lost power, it wasn't rolled out enough, and the Liberals could torpedo it on behalf of Murdoch. So far, obviously, the real criminal is the LNP and Rupert Murdoch. They're the actual, but that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But the combination of acrimony between
and the media for lying about it too, not just Murdoch, but all the other press media were saying we're falling for that shit about it being cheaper if they installed it using copper cables, because it's already installed,
Yeah.
Let alone the upkeep and, all that kind of shit that happened to it,
Yeah.
I've got a friend of mine who couldn't get on the Plex server, and he had fiber to the node, which is where they plug you in down the street, and you run a little kind of copper cable, and it came out of his phone socket where his old phone used to be.
Yeah. No, I have a cable plugged into.
Victorian,
I have a cable plugged into the wall. It's not going into the phone line.
No, that's just what the frig, So we've got optic fiber like right up until I get to the router. That is really
And the majority of Australia would have had that if not for all the fuckery. And as I said, the real culprits are the LNP and Murdoch media and legacy media. But they were allowed to be bastards because of fucking around between Stephen Conroy and Telstra.
Yeah. I remember Conroy did that whole thing with he was going to block certain porn off the internet because he didn't
he was sure he could do that. Yeah. And it's just like, dude, you are sounding like a fucking moron.
Dude, I was sitting there going, what is this, China?
But it on top of everything, it wouldn't work. He was really sort of like, oh no, these tech companies assured me they can what? Like, dude, the fucking porn sites just change IP address.
Oh, and it gave the right wingers so much ammunition, and that made it so hard to defend, Gillard and stuff like that at that time,
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit is what it was. But anyway, and we stuck. There was a brief moment where we had good internet compared to the world average, and we have consistently gone down the rankings every year. For the last 20 years, every year we've slipped further down the ranks for quality of internet. It's a fucking embarrassment.
My plan is cheaper by $10 to change up to 1 gigabit internet now than it was to do 500 megabit.
Okay.
So next week my internet doubles in speed, which is great because that even includes the upload rate. So I can even have more people on. Like I've already got 30 people on the server at the moment.
Nice.
Right? And I can double that if I wanted to because I can have up to 10 people at once. Now it's getting to the point where the computer is going to be struggling rather than the internet.
It's the computer that struggles, not the internet. No.
I didn't buy a computer thinking, I'm going to be serving 10 people at once, It's
Yeah.
all legal as long as I'm not taking money for payment of it having running. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
and
you aren't charging people
yeah,
subscriptions.
no,
It's
Plex says
paying.
you're good with that as long as you don't charge people for it, like a service like
Yeah,
Netflix and stuff like that
yeah,
does. And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, okay, no worries, yeah.
Honey, you were stuck with 100 MIPS for ages.
Megabits per second for ages. My online backups would be constantly struggle to back up things like photos. Yeah, because you take your photos in uncompressed format, so they would be like 30, 40 megabytes each.
Yeah, yeah. And that's honestly, I don't I don't back anything up on. I back stuff up on physical media. I've got like 20 hard drives that I've backed everything up on.
Yeah, you were saying that's really good, but have you got backups of those hard drives?
No, and of course that any of them could fail at any moment.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You should, because nowadays a lot of those hard drives that you bought was like 10 years ago, right?
20 years
So they're
ago.
probably like half a terabyte at most. Some of them.
Oh no, a couple of them, the oldest ones, are only a couple hundred gigabytes.
Yeah.
Uh,
So nowadays you could buy a 16 terabyte disk drive, which could probably fit all those hard drives onto it, for 200, $300 max.
yeah, I
And
think
that
that.
way you've got doubles, which is what, Abigail will be telling you the same thing. Is not backing up unless you've got two copies,
Yeah,
maybe three even. She's like one of those people who like keep one off site and stuff like that. I'm not going to go that far. I like to just make sure that I've got a hard drive with my family photos that I can, that's off site. So I have a little blue hard drive that sits in my friend's Blade's place,
mhm.
and that has all of my kids' photos when they're babies and stuff like that, just in
Oh, that's
case.
nice. Yeah, no,
You know,
that's a good just in case. Yeah,
yeah. It's on Google Photos as well.
yeah,
But, when you take a photo with your camera on your phone,
yes,
up in the cloud it goes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, which is all good.
Yeah, I've got a much more whiter light than you. You've got a nice yellow, smooth, soft light,
Well,
whereas
I
I've
can
got much
also
harsher
adjust
light,
that.
and
So
you
it's
can
like
really see skin blemishes where the yellow kind of covers up the
I
skin
look.
blemishes.
Yes, I am legit trying to. Okay. Oh, I was going the wrong way. See,
Oh
I could.
wow! Okay, now you can see the skin blemishes. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Oh yeah. Now I look like a
Oh,
zombie. I've gone
you just
blue.
aged 10 years. Yeah.
So let's get the flattering, soft stuff happening
Bring
again.
that softness back again. Yes.
It was like in the old days. It was like,
But you're using the same camera as me, so I should be able to do that shit too.
oh well, it's actually the light has.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
no,
you were doing
I've got a
something on the
thing here.
camera. Okay.
Well, there was software that came with the camera that does pretty radical adjustment to color tone as well. But I was literally just changing. I was literally just changing my light.
Oh, that's cool. Yep.
I can change brightness,
Mm-hmm. And the color.
and I can change warmth.
Mm.
Go that
Oh, yeah,
warm,
that's much nicer. Yeah.
or go that cold.
To a cold, yeah, which is what mine is. That's like a daylight, like a sunshine coming through
Yeah,
kind of light. Yeah. A white light. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah. The globy light is much nicer and warmer, isn't it? Yeah.
oh, Dr. Abigail's joining us too. Yay! Hello.
Hello.
Gonna-
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yep, can hear you. Fine and dandy.
Cool. Now I am testing something just quickly.
Oh, nice.
I'm
me
in the
too.
middle of a game. I'm playing Project Zomboid,
Okay.
and
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
no,
the
that's
game.
all right. Yeah.
Wow. Look
This
at
is
you.
the game. So, do you mind if I just keep playing while?
Yeah. No, honestly, have that on screen. That's cool.
Sure.
Cool. You're gonna see me die so much. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
nice. I like it.
I'm just
All right,
gonna keep playing this and hopefully won't die embarrassingly.
Oh, that's a good peripheral thing to have on the stream. I love it.
How many megapixels is your camera, Heine, if they're printing out 60 megabyte photos? That must be like fucking 20 megapixels.
My
So
first
many
digital
megapixels.
My first digital camera was a Sony Mavica that ran off a floppy disk.
Oh, you had the floppy disk one. Nice.
Yeah,
I had
and
the little mini CD one.
yeah, so it could save 10 photos on the 1 megabyte floppy. So they were 100 kilobytes each, the images. And so so my first camera was doing 100 kilobyte photos. Honey's out there doing 60 megabyte photos.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's funny how different it is, and yeah, no, it was the same with my little Mavica that could record onto CDs.
Yeah,
They would do 320 resolution videos.
yeah,
320 lines, and I thought that was the bee's knees back then. I was
yeah,
like, oh, how clear everything is.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
here we are with 4K.
I could shoot 10-second videos on the Mavica. It was like, that's how much a floppy disk could store, 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mavicas, they were still way ahead of their time, though.
Oh, they were awesome.
When they came out, I had so much. It helped so much with the creative impulses that were.
Yeah.
It was a really creative, fun tool and so easy to operate.
Yeah. And my young'uns grew up with me using that, and I would still use film cameras occasionally. And I still remember the funny time when I was taking a picture, and it was a film camera, and I'm going like, okay, taking a picture, and then they ran up to me and grabbed the camera and looked at the back of it because they wanted to see the picture.
You can't do that. Yeah, with
They were like,
yeah.
what? And I went, yeah, sorry, this is not that. This is we have to wait to see this. But yeah, they adapted so quickly to being digital natives. So I still remember with my daughter, she loved watching me play Nintendo 64, just because they're very cartoony, the 3D and whatnot. And then every now and then she'd like grab the controller, and she just realized, she could make things move. All the colors would change. She was just like pushing the controller, not playing the game, just going around in circles, and she just loved the visuals. And then slowly she goes, oh, she's basically, and again, and you'll know this, anyone who hasn't had kids yet, they watch everything you do. And parents think they can get away with doing shit, and the kids won't know. The kids are always watching. And my daughter blew us away one day because she got to the stage where she could play the Nintendo games like Mario 64 and whatnot. And she's playing with it. And this was the old TV, like, where you had to change channels to go to the AV channel that you had.
Yeah.
And watched her one day. She said, can I play? And I said, yeah. And so she switched on the Nintendo 64. She switched on the TV and sat down with a controller, but a TV channel came up, and me and her mum kind of had a giggle like, oh, what's she going to do now? And she walked over to the TV and just changed channels till it got to the AV channel. And it's like, she has been watching. She knows that we change. And she was like, I don't think she was even 3 years old at this point.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh my God. And that was this real thing of, wow, kids just absorb. Like, I had to change the music I was playing in the cars, so there was no swearing. I remember do you remember the South Park album? Did you ever hear the South Park album?
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, Chef A.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really good album. And there was one, my favorite track was probably Ain't Nowhere to Run. It had Ozzy Osbourne, Old Dirty Bastard. It was a huge collaboration. It was my favorite track on it. But at the end of it is Old Dirty Bastard just going like, don't try to psychologize my shit, motherfucker, because you'll never psychologize me, motherfucker. And I was just going like, I have to stop playing this because my daughter's going to daycare. And at some point, one of the carers would try and stop her from doing something. And she would just go, don't try and psychologize my shit, motherfucker. I thought I just have
Yeah.
to stop playing. This was like my favorite CD at the time, and I just have to stop playing it because I'll get into too much trouble. But
That was a good
That's
CD.
so
I
funny.
love the bit at the end where they were like, "Oh, you got to put on a number one hit single on this CD so it sells better."
oh, the
And it has,
horny
like,
one.
his agent on the phone, and the whole way they're talking through the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, woo!
Which gives the vibe they were just venting about the sort of shit people were saying to them. People say, like, the agency was actually saying put a top 40 hit on, and they ended up agreeing to that one just by talking shit over it the whole time. And that final thing with Matt just screaming at them like, no, you want to do this fucking shit and you want to fuck us up, and I hate it, I hate every bit of it. And the guy's being their agent goes, okay, Matt, we're not going to do it because you know why? I'm your guy. And it's just the thing about how evil Hollywood bastards are. And it's just like...
Yeah, because it's on the CD. We're listening to it. Yeah.
I mean, it was acted. It wasn't real, that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was based on real conversations.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty funny way to go, like, okay, we'll put a top 40 song on it and we're just going to talk shit the whole time the track's playing. And then
if you're watching,
yeah,
I'm currently in a preschool.
Yes, that looks like a preschool.
And if you encounter any zombies around a school or a preschool, and they're wearing a friendship bracelet, it's child coded.
Oh, so they don't actually want you shooting children, but
they're
wearing a friendship bracelet. The vibe is that's actually one of the school
kids.
Kids.
And this is where you find like teddy bears and dolls and kids' books and stuff, crayons.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Oof.
Yep.
Oof.
And kids drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you can actually get them here, take them off the wall.
That was I don't know if you've ever seen it or if you remember Zack Snyder, who ended up getting very famous. One of his first, if not his very first film, was a remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
And the opening sequence was
with the kid,
because it's the kid who's been infected and attacks her parents, and that's the whole thing of the only way the parents could survive is if they bash their zombie kid's head in.
I thought it was a kid just from the neighborhood.
Oh, either way, killing a kid.
It's
That's
still
the
brutal.
where the camera follows the car like a Grand Theft Auto game.
Oh, I don't remember. I just remember the opening sequence of an infected kid attacking adults.
Yeah.
Also, oh god, that reminded me of a game that wasn't great, but weirdly had a fantastic trailer, Dead Island.
Dead Island 2 had that great trailer as well.
The trailer that was playing both forwards and backwards, and so it would cut between something that was from the past and playing forwards, and then there's and you didn't know how the two were going to match up, and it ended up being this really heart-wrenching family being attacked by zombies thing, and it was like, wow, that's actually... And then the game wasn't any good.
Yeah.
Really good trailer, but not a great game.
Rip.
Oh, Kenny's Dead, Master P. That was a good song too.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Got a ride tonight. My homie Kenny died tonight. Oh, yeah, that's it. Chef A. Yes. Yes. I loved that CD. It was really good.
Also in this game, if you are thirsty enough, the water and the power gets turned off after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And there's residual water left in the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
so that you can keep using some of the facilities, but
Yeah.
eventually they run out of water too.
Okay.
So you use all the sinks, you use all the bathtubs, but eventually they'll run out. And there's an achievement for the first time you use a toilet to drink water from.
Drinking
Right.
toilet water. I was waiting
Yeah.
So many. I haven't heard this album in years. Tonight is Right for Love with Chef and Meatloaf.
Yeah. That when that gets out of control, when Meatloaf goes on a classic Meatloaf thing.
Yeah,
And it's with just going, meat, slow it down. He's, oh God, sorry, chef, that got away from me. And the chef's chocolate salty balls song on that.
Yeah. Simultaneous. You
I freaking
and
love
me
that
and
CD.
her and her. Simultaneous. You and me.
Simultaneous loving.
Yeah, I brought out some extra soundtracks because it was fucking why not? I grabbed a handful.
Why
There's,
not? Yeah.
The My Girl one.
Oh, that I remember having. That was a big success.
This
soundtrack.
was a really good soundtrack if you like 60s music.
Yeah.
This
It was
and
Motown.
Forrest Gump had a really good kind of Motown in it, yeah. And not just that, but like Creedence, Bad Moon Rising,
Yeah.
Good Lovin', The Rascals, Do Why Diddy. It was, for me, it was a big, like, I didn't grow up in the 60s, so it was, what you heard was on Gold 104 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these kind of CDs were a little bit of a musical education to me as well,
Yeah, well, I was a cynical 80s Gen Xer. So in the 80s, I just thought all 60s music was shit. And then I kind of outgrew that narrow-minded thing and realized how important and influential the various genres that were happening in the 60s were.
What music did your parents listen to?
Oh, God. Terrible shit like
Because that often is very influential to.
No, they weren't even cool enough to listen to 60s pop music. That was like,
geez.
My dad
my dad was listening to Black Sabbath and
no way.
Led Zeppelin, The Doors, Meatloaf. Yeah, it was awesome.
No.
My older brother was into Kiss before anyone knew who they were.
In the car, they were all different CDs by the three tenors.
Yeah, there's shit like that. Marty Robbins and Burl Ives.
If I was lucky, there was a Riverdance CD.
Yeah.
Oh, the edgiest stuff I was getting was Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, see, I would have dug JC Superstar.
I loved it. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's a great
I remember. I went to Great Keppel Island. There was an island that was around during the 90s.
That was the holiday destination.
Have you seen the supercut that Lindsay Ellis did of every JC Superstar, except it's just the "Why Must I Die" part, and that's it.
Everyone,
and it's called Why, but with like 20 Ys.
No,
I have not.
It's all like 2 minutes long, but it's just all the Jesuses from every JC Superstar singing "Why."
Yeah, the one I had was literally the original last recording.
Along the beach, they would have these speakers, those old-fashioned kind of pipe speakers like Bart Simpson did with the talking machines, and they would have them all the way down the beach, and I remember them having the JC because when I went, it was it was all the rage, the Australian Cast album with Kate Sobrano and John Stevens and John Farnham and all that.
I saw that performance.
Oh wow!
Yeah, at the Melbourne Tennis Centre.
Nice.
So I remember rocking out to the Lashes song, kind of standing
Oh, I
on
love
Yep.
the Lashes song.
King Herod,
the.
Angry Anderson as King Herod is the best King Herod version I've ever heard.
Oh, that's
Oh, there you
fun.
go. Okay,
Yeah. Out of every version I've heard since, Angry Anderson's version is the best.
See, Angry Anderson, I never quite gelled with. I always kind of went, I'll let him go because I know so many people love him. You know, like
I liked a couple of Rose Tattoo songs, but Angry Anderson himself is a gross, racist little fuckwit.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
we can all agree on
awful.
that. Yep.
But
So-
there were a couple of Rose Tattoo songs I quite liked.
Next soundtrack is the Armageddon one. I don't think there's much to really take away from that. You know. Yeah, it was the one song.
Yeah.
It was and then a whole bunch of old,
Yeah.
songs that were like, "Don't Stop Believing" and stuff like that was on it. This was a really good soundtrack, though.
Yes.
Fiction.
Yes.
Tarantino does good soundtracks.
That was the soundtrack that got so many Gen Xers into buying soundtracks.
Yeah. I had the Reservoir
90s,
Dogs one as well.
everyone had that soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Hang on. The soundtrack that got me into buying soundtracks. That's a good topic of discussion. I like that.
There was that period in the 90s.
I'm about to die.
Where, there's a lot of zombies. There was a period.
I have a gun. I have been reticent to use it because it attracts all the zombies in the area.
Right.
Can you run? I mean, they can't run. Can you run?
Yeah, I can run. It's just you get exhausted.
Yeah.
It tracks like the game tracks like your sweating, your exhaustion levels, your calories, like you can catch the flu, there's all kinds of stuff happening in the background.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose them in here.
Oh, good job. You lost them.
I'm also like having a panic attack.
Okay,
I can actually hear my like that. So you'll see in the top right corner over here.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm sweaty. I'm overburdened, and I'm overheating. And I've got like beta blockers for the anxiety. I can take off layers to cool down, and I can use a towel to like dry off. If I don't dry off, I run the risk of catching a cold, but it's spring at the moment.
That's a lot built into it.
Yeah.
Wayne's World. That was the first music motion picture.
Oh yeah,
soundtrack actually.
Yep, that's a common one too. Yep.
It had Dreamweaver on it. Dreamweaver. That was a song that I was like, wow, that's a really pretty song. I never heard that one before that album.
Dreamweaver.
You can hit the note way better than I can.
This nightstick is about to break.
Okay.
So what were you going to say, Angry, about soundtracks you were talking about?
Remember that 90s trend of movies where the soundtrack would team up indie acts with hardcore acts? It's like Spawn.
Oh, right. Yeah, Judgment Night and and Spawn. Yeah. There were the two big ones. Yeah.
And so it's like indie acts teamed up with hardcore acts, and there would be some really good tracks on them.
I've actually got a couple of those. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll just quickly go through these and then I'll grab another.
Yeah, I love it. I love revisiting
here. I don't want to, I could run off and go get ones you're talking about.
No, just you've got some there.
The ones you're talking about. This is The Boat That Rocked.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be a soundtrack.
Yeah. Double CD soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a movie about a pirate radio station, of course.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's all 60s music and stuff like that too, so it's really cool. Yeah, 60s and 70s music.
Okay, time to shoot them.
Are you missing chat? Safa's boasting about
check it out. I'm using a pistol and a
details. Oh, weren't you here? Yes. Oh, what have I missed so far?
With a stick. Oh, just, the usual, mate. It's hard to catch up. It's the usual.
Yeah, so we I think he's asking about your date night.
No, he's been on a date night.
Oh, was he? Oh,
Safa's out getting some action.
Oh, what?
I know,
Safa's,
right?
Safa's out on a date night.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So
What's his name? What's his date's name? The name of his date?
Yeah.
shit.
How much are you willing to divulge? You know, don't have to kiss and tell.
Does
You
he
have
have a
Dark
name?
City. So what's on the Dark City soundtrack?
You know, ironically, the cover is very dark, and I'm going to
Yes.
have to put a light on. I don't usually like to put a light on.
Ironically or fittingly?
Yeah, I guess both.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. Coincidentally, I like that. That nice one. Okay, so what have we got here? Don't know it. Don't know it. Ooh, Echo and the Bunnyman, Just a Touch Away. Oh, wow, this is very gothic. Of course it is, though, right? Gary Newman.
Okay.
Huge Hall.
That makes sense.
And Anita Kelsey.
Okay.
And then that's like there's 6 songs that are actually songs, and then the rest of it's like music from the thing. And
I don't remember there
done
being
by
songs
Trevor
in
Jones.
Dark City. Yeah. I don't remember
Trevor
there being
Jones.
songs in Dark City. I thought it was like an orchestral soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, it mostly is. You can see.
Yeah, there'll be some like cafes and operas that like,
I every now and then I go to myself,
music.
I need to rewatch Dark City because it got unfairly overshadowed by The Matrix.
Also, Flacco was in it.
Yes, and Bruce Spence, great Australian cast, really good Australian cast. Another one that's about singing. Of course, it's got a soundtrack.
Yeah. This was a very big soundtrack when it came out too. I remember lots of people playing it in their cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Video Killed the Radio Star by the Presidents of the United States of America. That was an original song that was done for the album. And of course, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Because that was a song they kept on cutting to every time the lead singer stepped away.
Yeah.
Found someone's old character.
I did love the song Adam Sandler sings where he's saying, this is about like an ex-girlfriend, and it starts off like a love song. It's just really quiet, like, please.
Yeah.
And then it gets out of control with him with thrashing and screaming, I hope you fucking die.
Yeah.
that was a very funny song.
Kill me. Yeah. Then we got the soundtrack to the movie Blow.
What's
damn. Before
you get
stretches over multiple decades, so
I just want to say hi to Hannah, who's in. Got a new car after the last one was wrapped around a pole. Nice.
Oh, can you post a picture on Discord of the new car? I'd love to see it.
If you want to. But yeah, but what's on the Blow soundtrack?
Did Suffer have any updates on the date thing? Or
I don't think he's fessed up to anything about the date. But,
okay. I'm just going to click on comments.
Suffer, all I want to know is if you're going on a date, I want to know his name.
Okay, so
your date's name. What's his name?
No comment from Safa. Playing the cards.
Can you hear me knocking? Faces, Glad and Sorry, Cream, Strange Brew, Ram Jam, Black Betty. Oh, the Ram Jam version.
Yeah, it's going to be 70s and 80s because that's when it's set.
Yep. Blinded by the Light, Man for Man, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Leonard Skinner, That Smell, Bob Dylan, All the Tired Horses. Don't know that one. Marshall Tucker Band, Can't You See, and yeah.
Okay, the new car in Wonderland, I have Val Jolion Lux Hybrid in black.
Then we got the Notting Hill soundtrack.
Oh, I seem to remember that had some good tracks on it.
It does. That's why I got it. No, I'm not a big fan of the film, but
I don't hate the film. It's a rom-com.
I don't hate the film. I love the roommate. He has a roommate, and he has a
Yeah.
crazy sister as well who's so lovable.
Yeah.
So I'm having with. Oh yeah, I bet you will. Yeah, the NBN is much better tonight. It is much better, isn't it?
Yeah, Telstra messaged me this morning saying they'd fixed it. So
This is my favorite soundtrack ever made. I have listened to this soundtrack probably 300 or 400 times. It's one of those ones I just chuck on over and over and over. So Cowgirl Underworld is a really good song. You know,
Yes.
Loser of Love, you know. Voodoo People by Prodigy. Open Up by Left Field. Phoebus Apollo, Carl Cox. The Joker by Josh Abrahams. Oh, what a song. Love it. Halcyon On and On by Orbital.
So these are all rave tracks from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. No. Hackers was look at the outfits they're wearing, for crying out loud.
I did really enjoy that movie when it came out.
I love the movie. I've got this on record. It came out for a special record day. You know, like they have these things called record shop days, record store days, and they brought this album out for one day only. If you went in that special day, you could stand in line, and you could potentially buy the record, and it cost me $120. And now the record sells for $500.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going. And it's just saying, like, the new car's a small black SUV, very unoriginal. Trying to find it in the car park sucks because every car's a small black SUV.
Right? Yes. Yeah.
Oh, look, where are you? Charlie hates that this one.
I just want him. What I want him to do is get rid of the one on the other side and knock it down so it's the same height.
Look, honestly, I tried again today. Like, where is it? I still have the middle piece.
In that pile, yeah.
Here it is. Look, I still have the middle piece from, and I tried to get it to work again today, and it wouldn't. So yeah, look, honestly, see, I don't worry so much because it doesn't show up in the videos, but it is really obvious on the live streams. But yeah, I could take out the middle beam of that one, so they were the same height.
No, he did it at the start of the stream.
What did I do?
It said, "Did Angry break it after a few too many cocktails?"
No. This was weeks ago. It just didn't work.
At the start of the stream. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nothing to do with me. You know, it's just a relatively cheap, made in China thing. And
and this is another soundtrack that kicked off soundtracks for me as well. Pretty Woman.
Oh yeah, Pretty Woman. Yeah, okay.
With songs like King of Wishful Thinking. It Must Have Been Love by Roxette. I mean, they're really cheesy songs nowadays, but when it was 1989, 1990, this was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah. One of the big ones for me was the soundtrack of Jurassic Park.
Yes, my son goes to sleep to that pretty much every single night. He loves that soundtrack.
Great, yeah. It's great for that.
What I did is I made up a playlist of all the Jurassic Park and all the Jurassic World soundtracks. And then he goes to sleep with it on random now, so it's something different. It's more my sanity than his, because I hate listening to the same album in the same order every night. Like I want to mix it up.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Knight's Tale. That was a really good soundtrack as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Also a great movie.
That was a funny movie that they were putting all the weird anachronistic stuff into it.
Because they wanted to show what it was like back then. If you were going to a joust and there was music playing, it would have felt to us what it felt to them if we were playing "We Will Rock You."
Yeah, it was the vibe. They were trying to do the vibe.
Yeah, they were going for like if you went to a dance and there was music playing, it would have been like if we went and we heard Golden Years playing.
Yeah, And it's kind of like the recent Elvis Presley movie, which I think Baz Luhrmann did. When I watched it, I thought, because it's quite surrealistic. It wasn't a huge hit, but I think it's pretty good. It's quite surrealistic, and I was watching it going, I think he's trying to communicate the rise of Elvis was absolutely unprecedented. There was no framework for it.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to create a biopic that's not like anything else you've seen, because he's trying to say, like, this was new. When it was Elvis, it was new. So I'm trying to do something with this movie that's a different way of presenting this stuff, because I'm just trying to capture that whole thing of the Elvis phenomena was completely new.
What I really liked about the Elvis film was how distant you felt with the Elvis character as you watched it.
Yeah.
And it went by, like, it felt like you were in a bit of a haze, which I imagine what the Elvis career would have been like to even Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing just going, you know, really fast, you know, just that Aussie guy played Elvis.
No, I think you're getting confused, Safa. It's not
Yeah,
Jacob
he wasn't
Elordi.
Aussie, he was Canadian.
Yeah.
You're talking about that blonde dude, right?
Yeah, who's come to fame at the same time as Jacob Elordi.
I've forgotten his name. Anyway, last one, and then I'll grab another handful. Frozen, who gives a fuck? Moving on. Okay.
I said every parent of a now, I guess, 14 to 16-year-old daughter ever. But at the time, any age daughter.
That was an awesome review. Anyway, here's Frozen. Who gives a fuck? That was so funny.
Not gonna lie, I escaped that having a son, but I got Moana
too old
at the time because Will was.
I don't know that my son would let me.
Oh, it wasn't.
Will
just
was
my
way
daughter.
into Moana because of The Rock.
I was dating a Japanese girl, and Frozen with the Japanese was just like,
okay. Oh God,
just
you know what you made me think of? Raves in the 90s where on the screen Terminator was playing, but it was dubbed into Japanese. And
okay, yep.
That was a rave thing in the 90s, Japanese dubs of things.
Frozen looks amazing in 4K, Heine. If there's one thing I can say about Frozen is the modern Disney films look so fucking good in 4K.
Another one looks good. K-pop Demon Hunters. Both my offspring are really into K-pop.
Yep.
And when young Mr. Angry was staying here it was only a month or so. I thought it'd end up being longer till he found a place to move into. But he said, watch something. Okay, watch my favorite thing. And he said, watch K-pop Demon Hunters with me. And I went, okay. And I was like, oh, this is actually good. It's visually incredibly impressive.
I don't have that in 4K. I'd be real. I've only got that in HD, but I'd be really curious to see that in 4K. It'd be really good because Sony especially. That's the same group that did the Spider-Verse movies.
The Spider-Verse movies are great.
They really those Spider-Verse movies in 4K. It's you don't need acid. It is so.
I love that they're literally trying to recreate the comic book experience. It's fantastic.
Yeah, by framing it lowering the frame rate. That was great, wasn't it?
That was masterful. That was so well done. And there's a new one coming out this year, isn't there? The closing chapter.
I've been waiting for that sequel for so long.
Yeah, the closing. I think it's coming out this year.
Yeah, because they did, I think, Spider-Verse part 1, and then they just left us for ages. Yeah. I know they're doing a sequel to the Superman movie, which is really good. They got Supergirl.
Yeah, with Supergirl
coming out. That looks cool.
I'm looking forward to that one. I tell you what, because I'm
a bigger Supergirl fan than I am of Superman.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Superman
I'm not surprised, because I know you'd be like, oh, hey.
The story, New 52 Supergirl is my favorite part.
Yeah.
The favorite storyline, story arc.
Yeah. And you watched the lesbian lumberjack for the wood. Yeah. Okay. You're interested in trees. That's why you watched
Oh my
lesbian lumberjack.
god! I
I
can.
read Playboy for the articles. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Speaking of which, I have to get back to the idea of that one night, however long ago, when I found like 70s penthouse magazines in the internet archive, and they had really shitty cocktails in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the cocktails that Penthouse magazine was recommending in the 70s. I
Yep.
do not
Much
recommend.
better if you have some cocaine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there you go. If you don't like these cocktails, you have to remember you were supposed to do 10 lines of cocaine. at the same
Cocaine with
time.
it first. Yeah. It's funny. You know how we had Mark on the other day, last week on Friday,
Yes.
from the Home Video Channel. He's been
Yeah.
He's been watching all the Oscar films and making his
Oh, yes.
nominations.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that, right? He's on the server right now for the 4th time trying to get through Marty Supreme. He cannot stand that movie. And I'm sitting there going,
liked it, but it was pretty intense.
what? But this is you. This is what we talk about so many times on this server, on the stream.
Yeah.
How it's objective. Art is
Oh,
objective.
yeah, it's subjective.
Subjective. Sorry.
Your experience of art and entertainment is subjective. It's not wrong.
Unless it's about the Star Wars
The
prequels.
prequels.
It is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
My objective appearance of the prequels is accurate.
Appearance.
Sorry?
You just said
What?
appearance.
No.
Back me up, Charlie. Play back the tape.
Staying out of that. Play back the tape. Put it in. Yeah, we'll put it in a video next week. Back to Spider-Man though.
Yes.
You got so what Spider-Man Homecoming you've got, is it?
I think I really quite like that generation of Spider. What the little guy? What's his name? Who's getting it on with Zendaya?
Who? Tom Holland?
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Are they still dating?
I think so.
Are they?
I don't know. I don't keep up with gossip.
Maybe.
I'm just throwing it out there. Tom Holland's the bottom, but
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No judgment, but Tom Holland's the bottom.
Okay, so you want Across the Spider-Verse,
and then Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And what's the other one called?
It's Into the Spider-Verse, isn't it?
Into the Spider-Verse, is it? Yeah.
And then the third one, which is meant to conclude, I think is coming out this year.
Yeah. So Across the Spider, those two films are just absolutely stunning in 4K.
Brilliant.
Because every single frame is a piece of artwork on that film.
Even the low res. Comic
it's
style.
great. Yeah.
Did they digitally upscale them or something?
Yeah.
I saw the first one in the cinema, and it had by far the funniest post-credit thing I've ever seen, where it had the characters doing the you.
Oh yes.
I was just in hysterics. I lost it when
they did it in the video game as well. The Spider-Man video game that came out on PS4. Yeah, they did it in that as well, and it was so funny how they used it.
I just cracked up. I was just like, God damn.
They did it in the second movie, just like in the movie.
Oh, because there were so many spider people from
Man.
Oh God, there's a Nick Cage film coming out. Spider.
Right, yes. I think that's what you might be thinking of actually in the way of the sequel to
No. There's a third Spider-Verse animation that's meant to
There's an actual one. Okay, well that's 2 Spider-Verse movies in 1 year. That's really impressive.
But yeah, it's the Spider-Noir is clearly that character that's in the Spider-Verse movies. But Netflix is releasing both a color and black and white noir.
Yeah, that's strange how they're doing that, eh? Yeah.
Oh,
But I
they're
do
doing that
get it.
because they have released really high quality stuff where an artistic choice was made to have it in black and white, and people didn't watch it because they don't like black and white.
Hello, EOR Explorers. We're just talking
Hey,
about.
you are. Hey, going.
Up on
Well, thanks for
TV.
dropping in and saying hi. I always like it when people just drop in, just saying hi. I love it.
Yeah.
Drop in and say
Yeah.
hi. I love it. Look,
Just
Charlie,
walking
getting you
past.
excited. Look, this is brandy with cooking spices in it.
Oh.
Got to let it mature a bit, and then I'll maybe barrel age it as well.
Yeah, next time I'm not drinking it in one night like I did. I regretted that so much. I got this on stream one night, and I drank like half of one of those bags in one night, and I was kicking myself. It's not as in spicy. It's
Yes,
spicy
so-
as in flavors.
yeah. Confusing
You know-
language. These are cooking spices: cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, allspice. It's not chili. It's not that.
Yeah,
sort of
it's not. Yeah, he's not
They're
talking
referred
about
to as
spicy. Yeah,
cooking spices. Same as like when someone says spiced rum, it's not hot. It's got like cinnamon and vanilla in it.
Uh-oh.
wow. I could never. I actually come to think of it. I've watched the second Transformers movie on a
On a plane?
little aeroplane screen.
I haven't been on a plane in
Fine.
over a decade.
But I try not to watch action films on a plane.
I just found it-
distracted, and B,
Why
those
not?
screens are fucking terrible.
I found a zombie with a friendship bracelet and a varsity jacket. I'm conflicted.
It's a high school zombie. Yeah.
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 There is a high school. There are
Really? You haven't
The
even
map-
seen 2006 Transformers?
I've seen
I've
all
never
the
watched
Transformers.
the
I have a
Transformers.
Have you seen my Transformers tattoo?
I have, yes.
Charlie?
Can't say I have.
Got a
But I'll be honest, you're
Can't
hiding
really
behind
tell.
your. I can't see you behind your name right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
because of the whole
It's
switcheroo.
Abigail. I mean, there's like a
Covered
thin
over
border
by-
of video
Okay,
around.
so I
it.
could have like no clothes on and you wouldn't even know.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
technically, yeah.
Technically.
Technically, we're all
there's a
naked under
little
these
thing-
clothes.
There's a little bit of thin video that I could probably catch a nip slip. You know. Oh, there we go. Oh, and
No, what am I doing? There we go. See, there we can see you. If I switch off the name things, we can see you. Maybe I
Well,
should
what
switch
if
them.
I
Yeah, put your clothes back
do
on.
that?
Oh,
If you do that, that will work. Let me
Oh, look at that.
Fancy.
fancy.
I like
There we go.
Now it looks like
Look,
what
Where's
me,
this
like-
tattoo?
Oh, you
Holy
can barely
shit,
tell.
Paul. Yeah, that's
Sorry?
that's a lot of tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo artist skipped town, just disappeared on me before they finished it. I turned up to an appointment one time and they were just not there. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
surprise zombie staring at the wall.
Surprise zombie with a headband. Is it an aerobics instructor?
No,
Yeah.
it's a bandage.
Oh,
Stomped on
I
its
thought it
back.
was
Oh, there's one
provided-
behind me too. Ah, fork.
okay. I'm going to
Zombies
say
everywhere.
I
Yeah,
might just make
that'll
effort to watch some Transformers movies. Yeah, I've got the whole set of the Transformer movies. They're really good to have. They're
I mean,
they're
they're
good
crap,
background movies, you know. Yeah,
but
they're crap.
it's Michael Bay.
they're crap.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what makes them fun, you know. I like the dinosaur one.
It's
Doc
sort of like
running back to that tattoo.
if you enjoy them, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
the one
not
thing-
high art, you know.
No.
It's
It's
dumb, stupid fun.
Michael Bay is an auteur. You
an
know,
author of
so
explosions.
of explosions and
Yeah, beyond
Yeah.
explosions, he definitely has a style of high energy. You know,
He
when you look
does.
at the Island and
Indeed.
Bad Boy films and you know the Turtle films and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Okay. I have a soft spot for the bad boy films. Yeah.
Hey, you forgot about the Bad Boy films.
No, I said I have a soft spot for the bad boys.
Oh
films.
right, yeah. And there was another one I just showed before. That was Armageddon, and that was a Michael Bay.
That was
film.
Michael. I have a soft spot for Armageddon. Yeah, as silly
Yeah.
as it is, I really enjoy it.
I cannot watch it.
You remember that
just
movie?
Oh god, that's the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie.
Yeah, we were talking about this in one of our videos recently, actually.
Yeah.
So I can't watch the Armageddon. I can't watch Armageddon the movie because it just breaks too many laws of physics.
Oh, God.
Even just basic ones. Yeah. Even just the most basic of.
So does The Island. You know. So does Bad Boys.
Yeah, but they get orbital mechanics completely wrong. They get.
Oh yeah, it makes no sense.
None of it makes sense.
This was the very first movie I got on DVD when I bought my PS2.
Charlie's Angels.
And so I ended up watching this movie more than it really deserved to be watched, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. There was a reboot of it recently. Oh my god! Okay,
that was way better.
John Hughes films. The soundtracks on John Hughes films.
Yeah. If You Leave by OMD. Yeah. Oh, I don't know that one. Do What You Do by INXS. I know INXS, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink by the Psychedelic Furs.
Yeah.
What? Why have I got anxiety? Yeah. Did I see zombies?
How many people ask that question, Abigail? Why have I got anxiety?
Oh, I saw a bunch of zombies. I died around here before, and I had a really, really good backpack. I'm just trying to find my backpack.
Oh,
it's on a zombie somewhere.
Stuff that you dropped, right? Yeah. I do that with Minecraft as well. Yeah, there was a lot of movies in this period that used dreams by the Cranberries, eh?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Another one that what did this have on it? Oh, that's right. The Goo Goo Dolls Iris was the big hit off.
Oh, that was a big one. Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah. That
I love
Laserdisc sells for $300. If you ever find this on Laserdisc, audience,
oh really?
Grab it because you can make a good chunk of change off selling it and reselling it again.
I love some of the YouTube video essays get tiresome, but I did see a good one comparing City of Angels to Wings of Desire, and it was. And they were pretty gentle.
Oh, yeah, because they're remake. Right, yeah, City of Angels is a remake of Wings, yeah.
Subtext, City of Angels has none. Like, there is no subtlety whatsoever in City of Angels. And this person was just exploring, like, some of the shots and some of the concepts. I want to rewatch. I saw Wings of Desire in the cinema when it was a new film because I'm old. And I loved it. But I feel like I want to rewatch it because I watched this one and they just said, like, there's this one bit where the angels walking through the library and the different angels are there, like looking over people's shoulders while they read. And the shot initially makes you think one of the angels who's over someone's shoulder is looking up and is making eye contact with Bruno Gontz's angel. But then there's a camera shift and he's in a completely different position. So the angel is looking at you, the audience, and you. And it was like, oh, that's and there is like no subtlety. The City of Angels is honestly not terrible, but there's no subtlety whatsoever in it.
Yeah. Oh, that request finished.
Sorry, what?
No bears.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it was literally. Oh God, it was Alex Winter from Bill and Ted, and it was so
wow.
funny. Yeah, no, it's worth watching because his whole thing is like, "Fuck you, I'm an intellectual." Oh.
He's you've seen him direct films, haven't you?
Yeah, he's a filmmaker.
Yeah. The Frank Zappa movie's awesome. Yeah.
But it's really like there's a subtext in it. If you think I am the Bill and Ted character. Fuck you, I'm an intellectual. But he really talked up a couple. But yeah, that was the one. And like, you know, he's going like, this is maybe the single greatest film ever made. And I was going, probably need to watch it then.
That's a good question. Did you go to bed early last night? I know you didn't get it.
I didn't know. I went to bed at 10 when the fucking internet just went fucking dead. I just went to bed. That's
I
so
stayed
early
up
for
in
Friday
two
night.
movies after you went. We watched a movie. Okay, I'm not gonna. I should. Okay, I'll admit it. I watched a movie called Getting Lucky, which is about a dude who finds a leprechaun in his beer bottle. Yeah, and spends about 10 minutes of the film where he's shrunk down to a tiny size and is in the woman's panties and hanging on the pubic hairs, swinging around as she's doing her cheerleading.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's a film you remember when you've started watching it. You're like, oh, that one, right? Yeah. And then after that, I started watching a really cool film called Rubber, which is about a killer tire. Yeah. I'm really into this director.
Yes.
It's not an action movie about a guy who has to fight someone named Glue.
No, it is about
I get
a sentient car tire that goes around killing people.
Yeah, no, it's a tire with like powers of making people explode by getting all it gets all excited and wobbles a lot, and then suddenly the person who's it's looking at or in front of, their head explodes. You know, like scanners. Yeah, no, I'm really this guy. I've done a few movies by this director, this French guy, and every single one of them's just gone, that was fucking great. I'm going to watch more of those. Yeah, so that was the two I did last night when we went to bed, or when we tapped out early. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the first movie was called Get Lucky. So
Getting Lucky.
Getting Lucky. Okay.
Getting Lucky.
And
yeah.
Also
and
asking
Lucky was the name of the leprechaun.
Just like what you were tonight, Safa, apparently.
And it was a trauma movie in particular, and so my DVD has an intro with Lloyd Kaufman, who's the director of a lot of.
So I saw you added Toxic Avenger, and I'll have to watch it to see which version. Is it the American version, which is illegal in Australia, or the Australian version?
Okay, so what I've done is I replaced a bunch of my trauma films. I have the full. I've got nearly every trauma movie on DVD and on Blu-ray, and they brought out a whole bunch of them in upscaled 4K and Blu-ray, and I never had them because I just bought them back in 2004 or something like that, and I decided, stuff it, I'm going to upgrade my collection. So I bought them all on eBay, and then I'm like, I'm going to add them to Plex because, you know, I'll have the discs eventually within a week. So that's why you saw me add a whole bunch of trauma films onto the thing. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw the version that was not meant to be released. Hello, Kitty. I saw the version that was not meant to be released in Australia at the Valhalla Cinema in Glebe in Sydney. And then a home video, and it was very popular. And I remember it came out on video when I was at college, and one of my friends was going like, "Oh God, have you seen the Toxic Avenger? That's so full on." And I went, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And he said, I think the worst, like the most full on scene is when in the gym and the counterweight gets dropped on the guy's head and crushes his head. And I went, nah, the most full on bit is when the hooligans knock the kid off his bike and then back up over him and spin the wheel on his head.
I knew you would say that. That's my favorite bit of the movie too. Yeah.
But that was the bit that got censored out of Australia.
So that's I've got that on my.
You haven't joined in ages. Nice to see you.
Hello.
So But the funniest thing was when I said that to my friend. No, the worst thing was when they knock the kid off the bike and then back over his head and spin the wheel on his head. My friend's going, "Fuck is wrong with you? That's not in the movie."
Oh, okay. So he didn't see. He got the
No,
sense
I saw the version that was not meant to be released in Australia.
Yeah, I think they've got past that whole, censorship nowadays, and you can just buy. I bought my version, even though it's in region 4, it still had which is the
It's
Australian
the unrated version. No, because that
unrated,
version is not rated for release in Australia.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, like, how you doing, Justin?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, just settling into Melbourne again.
Yeah, Melbourne's like that, mate. You got to settle in.
Yeah. I mean, being away for 10 years. 10 years is a long time, and a lot happens.
It is. It's alien to you now, definitely.
Yeah.
You're an alien?
I think Jazzy's an alien, yeah.
A little bit of an alien.
He's an alien trying to assimilate now.
Yeah. Aren't we all aliens trying to assimilate?
That's how I feel most of the time, yeah.
But it was the same for me when I went back to Melbourne after 3 years. Dan Andrews changed all the crossings roads to bridges. And I was driving through old neighborhoods, that I'd grown up in, and just like, what happened to my town? Like, it was all so different.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Dan Andrews. He's a damn communist.
Yeah. Like when I left Melbourne, like Dan Andrews had just come to power. Like it was like literally, like a few months, and the metro tunnel, from my understanding, was not even discussed, or
a twinkle in his eye.
It was planned. I believe, like it was already something that had been discussed for years, but it was not like there was no announcement or anything that they were building it.
His two big ones was cancel the motorway and get rid of level crossings. And people went, yeah, I'm okay with that. And they voted him in. And then he actually cancelled the motorway. And all the conservative media went, how dare you do the thing you said you were going to do that people voted for?
Yeah. But anyway, the thing is, like, so I left and went to Canberra. The metro tunnel hadn't been announced in terms of having it being built. And then I come back and it's built. And it's just there.
It's surreal, isn't it? Have you been on it yet?
Yeah, I have been on it. There's some stuff in the media about people not, like, instead of going through the metro tunnel, they're just getting off at Caulfield or wherever and then deliberately taking the city loop. Even though they probably could use the metro tunnel, they just don't want to because of habit.
I can see that at first, people getting used to it. I still call it X Twitter. Some people don't change.
Oh yeah, I'll do a Grandpa Simpson. I'll be cold in the ground before I call Twitter X.
I just call it Twitter on general principle.
Yeah, but I think
I still call it Museum Station.
But I think there's people just being scared to take the tunnel, and not even realizing that if they want to go to Flinders Street, you can just go to Town Hall.
Yeah.
And it's connected to Flinders Street.
Town Hall is basically Flinders Street. Yeah.
But people don't.
You were pointing out the
people don't necessarily understand that.
State Library is basically Melbourne Central.
It is.
But yeah,
that's a good question. Has Canberra changed in the last 10 years when you were living there?
Yes, it has. So when I moved to Canberra, like they were discussing the tram, and it hadn't been built yet. And while I was there, they started to build it, and they built it, and now they're extending it. So
nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a start. Yeah.
They're extending it now to the bridge that goes that heads over to Parliament. They're going to stop right just there, and then the next stage will be that you take it over the bridge, down past Parliament Station. Down past the Parliament, and then down towards the south. So that will be the next stage, and then the stage after that will be east-west. So, yeah, and I just spoke to people that have like come from Canberra, that are actually from Canberra, and they go back up there, and they're just amazed at how much that place has changed.
Is it a tram or a light rail?
I would call the tram
What's the difference?
because it's the same
Oh, yeah,
thing.
what's the difference? Yeah.
Realistically,
What's the
I think there is a. I think there's a. I
Are
think there's
you
a.
not from Melbourne? I'm sorry. What do you mean?
There
What's
is
the
no
difference?
practical difference between trams and light rail.
There's massive difference between the
No,
two.
what's the difference then?
When you go into trams, it's sharing a road with actual cars. Light rail usually has its own. Like, have you been to Port Melbourne on a tram?
Yes.
You know how it changes from being when it turns off from Crown Casino
Yeah, it's on
and
its
it
own
enters
line.
onto a
Yeah.
light rail mode. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what light rail is to me.
Okay.
Oh.
But is that universal? Again, I don't know because in Sydney they
It's-
talk
I
about
thought
light
that was.
rail.
I thought that's. I'm sorry. Am I wrong?
It-
No,
it's-
light rail.
It's
I
very
guess
basic.
light
I
rail
mean,
can be
the thing
monorail.
is-
It's semantic. It's the same tram, and it's
The same vehicle.
It's the same vehicle.
I'm not
It's the
saying
same
it's not the
line.
same vehicle. I'm just saying it's a different situation. For instance, if they,
It's
when I asked if it's light rail, did they build it in the middle of the road like they do with us, or do they have their own separate train tracks that are running trams on them?
Well, the thing is, officially they call it light rail, but there are signs saying, look out for trams.
Yeah.
Or,
But it's not.
or, having the T or like the traffic lights for trams. They have it'll say it'll have a T instead of an L. In Sydney, I think they have.
No, we don't have trams here. We got a very excellent train system though. It is bellissima.
and like
really.
3
Yeah.
stops.
But
Every single seat that you sit on when you're on the train has a USB plug underneath your seat.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I love it. And we
That's
don't.
great.
The Brisbane have Wi-Fi on their trains.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's
We
even.
by the way, we discussed this last night, but you were off. But you had already fallen off, Angry. Did you see the article about the posters in Canberra?
The cafe that got closed down in
yeah. Again, the ridiculousness of the fucking hate speech laws. It's just like, no, like these guys are clearly satirizing fucking far right people, but again, it's stupid.
I think it's just teething problems. I think it's just because the law's just been established and we're getting used to where we can push our boundaries now.
Yeah, but again, it's I don't know, it's true. Also, sorry, I just want to throw out Safa going Lyle Langley. Light rail is monorail. I have to bring in Simpsons references wherever I possibly can.
Monorail.
Yeah.
It's more of a Shelbyville idea.
Yeah, but yeah, I just rolled my eyes when I saw that. I'm like, oh man, this is
It's
hilarious. It's just, I mean, I do have one Jewish friend that has a different view on it, but I think he's in a bit of a minority.
I'm just relieved all my Jewish friends are anti-Zionists.
Yeah. I have one Jewish friend that is like, he's not exactly like pro Netanyahu. In fact, he hates Netanyahu, but he is like Zionist. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very careful about what I say around him because I'm just worried about.
Oh yeah, and
saying something.
I don't want to upset people unnecessarily, but as soon as someone tips over into being an asshole, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Either just shut the fuck up around me, or I'm going to react to what you say.
Or a conspiracy theorist. Did you see his post on Facebook yesterday?
Oh my god! Okay, so on Facebook, and it's because someone who I was Facebook friends with posted this insane COVID conspiracy shit, and it was an obviously fake news article that medical staff were being prosecuted for crimes against humanity for giving COVID vaccines. And I just went, okay, fuck it. I don't want to see anything from you anymore.
Yeah.
I thought I'd stop seeing stuff from them, but today, turf bullshit popped up from the same person. And I'm just like, and so this time I'd actually just commented on the thing, time for you to get in the garbage bin, and then just block them. And
I had a friend of mine, he posted a thing where it says that Albo was in the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going, God, really, dude, really? You know?
Well, I think Kevin, it wasn't mentioned Kevin Rudd showed up in there, but it's like maybe
all
like
kinds of people turned up.
Obama and Janis Joplin are in there too. If people
there's being in the files and there's being in the files.
Yeah.
Like just because you had a meeting with Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean anything.
But it's not even meeting. Like sometimes he just shares links to internet articles or YouTube videos. I've seen a few people just going, "Oh, apparently I'm in the Epstein files because someone sent him one of my videos or one of my weblog posts." And it's just like, okay, that's weird. I never thought I'd use the phrase "I'm in the Epstein files."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Rebecca Watson from Skepchick is in the Epstein files twice.
Yeah. Well, Trump is in the Epstein files and
about 1,000 times. Yeah.
What is it? They say more times in the Epstein files than they do Harry Potter in all the Harry Potter books.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard that one.
I found that to be a little funny.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Former Prince Andrew, like what he's actually been charged with is like giving away government secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and which is a criminal offense.
Look, they just trying to get them what they can get them on. Yeah.
Is this a because there is a theory up there that Epstein was a foreign agent.
It's not a theory. He was a spy for Netanyahu. He was it's all over the Epstein files.
There is, again, it's so hard to talk about it without sounding like a conspiracy nutter. But
I know.
It's on the foot. The shoe's on the other foot now. Yeah.
There is abundant evidence that Epstein was financed by various nefarious entities to get compromising material on rich and influential people.
Yep.
So they could then be manipulated. Because you read his story from going from being a high school teacher to being a high-powered finance guy, and it doesn't make sense. But it's so hard to talk about without sounding crazy. It's just fucking wild.
Yeah, I know, but like the fact that former Prince Andrew, it was called, is being investigated.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor or something. His name.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just call him former Prince because it's easier.
Formerly known as Prince. Yeah.
But
the pedophile formerly known as Prince. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like he's been caught giving away government secrets. That should be evidence that.
Oh yeah, no, there's a real solid chance he's going to be convicted of a serious criminal offense.
Yeah,
but it's like getting Al Capone for tax evasion. Al Capone was never convicted of being a mobster.
Yeah.
He was convicted for tax evasion. Andrew's not going to get convicted of being a sex abuser, but he's maybe going to be convicted of other criminal charges.
Yeah, I think a lot of
the other thing is,
there's not one single person in America that's being convicted. Or
the best argument against a monarchy is former Prince Andrew.
I love it. They're talking about, like, if he gets convicted, they'll do the process of formally removing him from the line of succession, which is a formality because it's got to the stage where he's like 10th in line for the throne or something.
But realistically, if you think about it, like, imagine if instead of Prince Charles being the firstborn, Andrew was the firstborn.
Oh my God. Yeah. Or if Charles had been killed in an accident or in military service or something.
Yeah.
And Andrew was the succession to the throne. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about it that way. Like, that is the one of the, like that's actually I think a very strong argument against a monarchy, because at the end of the day, you're putting people in positions just by how they happen to be.
Oh yeah, no, monarchy is a shit thing. It's a stupid idea and it's indefensible.
See, but I think just like with the how the Queen became Queen, I think it will be a situation where they would be dethroned the same way that he is now.
Possibly, but the other thing is it's not
in line.
like you think about how the Queen became the Queen. The reason why the Queen became the Queen is because her uncle was a Nazi.
Advocated, yeah. Her uncle just he was desperate to bang.
And that's another example of why a monarchy is bad. You're putting people in positions of power just by nature of their birth, when you have no.
Yeah, but monarchy don't really have power in the same sense as.
Well,
they do.
Have you people got no respect for the divine right of kings?
Yeah.
Now, come on.
You would think they have more power than they actually do if they wanted to. Like, imagine if Prince Andrew was king, and he said, "Oh, you're investigating me? Okay, I'm gonna do some real bad shit on you."
If I was a monarch, I would reinstitute prima nocta. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think the monarchy has the kind of power to be able to do that anymore.
I think they constitutionally do. On
but
paper,
not in reality.
They exist is ridiculous, and they have hundreds of millions of dollars of wealth, and it's just like, no, take it all away from them. Fuck them off and take it all away from them.
But also, Andrew apparently was always awful.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember with Fergie, he was a fucking prick as well.
No, he was a root rat.
And he's a spoiled rat. Like this is the part. Like this is the part of the problem. Like you are institutionalized. You create a system that makes people live off the state.
Yeah.
In luxury, and they get whatever they want. I mean, some of the stuff apparently King Charles doesn't even pour toothpaste over his own brush.
I don't look, honestly, the number of servants have is, but Randy Andy, he had access to massive wealth, massive influence with no responsibility his whole life.
I knew people who went to Timbertop with Prince Charles when I went to Timbertop, right?
Yeah.
And there was actually a lot of speculation on how much he got out of doing because of his position and stuff like that as well. Just like you were saying that he had
that makes sense.
You know, he would never have to chop wood like we had to, which was the whole Timbertop experience.
Where people
what did you say?
Some process behind actually choosing who the monarch is, and not have a royal family. It's just like what Malaysia does.
Yeah,
I just think monarchy generally is stupid as fuck.
I'm a monarchist.
To be fair, all this talk
when we had the
monarchy is kind of boring.
When we had the monarchy vote, that was my first election that I was allowed to participate in.
Referendum.
And
Howard referendum. That's right.
Manipulated that vote. Howard.
I still remember.
Because of the way that it was set up to change the rules.
But also, John Howard deliberately structured that referendum to fail. John Howard is a fucking weasel fuck. He is garbage. He deliberately subverted the Republic referendum to guarantee failure.
Do you want an example of a referendum that was set up to fail but then succeeded?
Yeah.
Brexit.
Oh God, yes, that was meant to fail. You are spot on. That was absolutely meant to fail, and it succeeded. That caused so much chaos.
By people manipulating as well, by companies and sponsorships manipulating the vote by saying, if you vote stay or vote part, then if we don't, it will defund the NHS and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, they just told lie after lie after lie after
Mm.
lie after lie,
Yeah,
and
but
it
like,
got up.
but it's why I blame David Cameron for Brexit, because he's the one that allowed the vote to take
Yeah.
place
Oh
under
yeah, he
the
was a very weak
under
leader. Yeah.
under the assumption that it would fail because of
Yep.
his past.
Yep.
Because
No.
he had a number of referendums because his way of dealing with things he didn't like or didn't want to implement was to put it to a referendum, have it fail, and say people don't want it.
Mm.
You know, you can't have it. Like, that is fundamentally, like, it kind of undermines the whole purpose of having democratic representatives, really, because like
Yep.
the voting system referendum that he had, you know, it's like, how about instead of having this referendum, how about you just change it, and if the
Yeah.
people really don't like it, they can vote you out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
No,
It was the
but
same way
you
that we
are
did it
spot on.
with
It's
the
meant to
Aboriginal
fail.
vote.
Yeah,
Australia
but
got tricked.
the difference with the Aboriginal vote and the referendums that we've had in Australia is that our constitution requires it. You can't get around it.
Mm.
You can't amend the constitution any other way other than a referendum.
Then a
But
referendum, yeah.
But my viewpoint is that if you can avoid having a referendum, avoid it, and just make the change.
With
And if
legislation.
people really don't
Yeah.
like it. If the people really don't like it, they can vote you out.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's
Yeah.
that's how we should just do it. Because I'll guarantee you that if they had just implemented that voting change to have preferential voting in the UK, the people wouldn't have voted out the government in the next election. They wouldn't have. They would have just gotten used to it. They would have gotten used to the system and go, oh, okay, so that's how it actually works.
Yeah, I think the UK voting system is shit.
It's the same as the US system, basically.
Yeah. The whole first past the post thing is bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so UK doesn't have a preference vote like we do.
No, they're
No.
first past the post.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Crap.
Is sorry, one more question. Is you know how we have to vote?
Yes.
Do they have to vote in England?
Compulsory voting.
Really? Oh wow, okay, yep. Okay.
We are one of the few countries that actually has compulsory voting.
Mm.
And I think that, like, when people raise the issue of, compulsory voting in the US would change politics there. Yes, it would, but most countries don't have compulsory voting, and the US is just in a really unique situation of having policies that actively suppress the vote.
Yeah, I think it would just change if they had their fucking polling day on a Saturday instead of a week.
Or if they
Yeah.
made it a public holiday, which would
Yeah.
be easier to implement.
Oh, Justin, they were talking about that on the news the other day. They're changing the rules to have a special passport to vote now instead of.
Oh yeah,
actually
they are
voting to
literally
drive
trying to
and vote.
suppress the vote. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to affect me, but I have a passport, so.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
But
Mm.
yeah. I'm one of those people that, it doesn't matter what you do, I will find a way to vote.
It is true. Also, Safa, it is true. We don't have to vote. You just have to show up and get your name ticked off the roll.
Yeah.
I'm not saying at any point I've drawn a dick and balls on the ballot, but
You're allowed to draw a dick and balls on the ballot and still vote.
I've never
Like,
thought
it's
about
still
that.
valid.
Right? If you fill out the ballot and then you write your name on the ballot, you invalidate your vote.
by putting your
Drawing
name
a-
on.
Drawing
Like-
a dick and balls
Like, if
on
you-
your
like,
ballot
if you
does not
got a ballot
invalidate the
properly,
ballot.
And then you put your name on it or something that identifies who
Because
you
it's
are.
not secret then.
Yeah. Then you invalidate.
I did one election when I voted some independents, maybe Greens ahead of Labor, and then I wrote all over the ballot like, Labor, if you want to come first, don't do this bullshit. Don't do this bullshit. I forget what I wrote, but I wrote over I voted and just wrote across the top. Labor, if you want to get higher in my vote, then stop doing this and stop doing this and stop doing this. And I was never sure if that invalidated my ballot or not, but I didn't give a shit.
Well, somewhat. Put it this way:
As long
Labour
as
scrutineers would have seen it.
as long as the votes are legible, the numbers, it's legal,
That's
and
what
the
I thought.
scrutineers
Put your name
will
on it.
see it, but
Yeah.
they're usually volunteers and they don't really
Yeah.
have
Yeah, no
like-
one's going to see it
Yeah,
except the
yeah.
counter.
I just wanted the scrutineers to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep that separate. That's why we have an electoral commission, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the scrutineers are from various parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
Um,
not paid staff. They're not actually counting the votes. They can challenge votes,
Yeah.
but they're not counting them. And
True.
they're not
true, yeah.
counting the votes. They're just there to
They're there
make
to
sure.
oversee it and actually make sure that they're there for transparency, basically.
Yeah,
But,
but
like,
really they're there to make sure that their party votes get counted.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the other thing that they're put there to do is report back to the party the way the results are breaking before it gets public.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So-
call in and say this polling booth is skewing here.
Yeah,
Because you always hear Anthony Green saying before the official results come in, he's going, "I'm getting calls from people." And
no, it's not
these-
Anthony Green. It's the politicians that are on the panel that are doing that. They are getting they're on the they're at the desk with their phones and they're getting messages back.
And you get honestly, it's so cruel on election nights when there's a really decisive result and you've got someone who's representing the loser on there, and everyone's going like, the winner's going like, "Yeah, we're getting calls from the polls that we're just fucking smashing it," and the loser's going, "I got a call from my mum. She says I'm cool," and it's just like,
Remember that? I think it was John Prosciutto, the former opposition leader now, he was on TV. I think it was maybe 2018 or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was on a panel, and he lost his seat.
Yes. Oh, that's
Oh.
brutal. When the person on the panel loses and the numbers come in
Yeah.
and they're losing their seat live on air and just watching it, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly,
Although,
But when it's a Liberal member, it's pure Schadenfreude.
Oh man!
yeah.
I remember
Honestly-
last year we were on here and we were all just. It was
Yeah,
so
no.
much fun.
yeah, I'll say this. I begin to think. Actually, there was something in the Saturday paper that says John Hewis, former Liberal leader John Hewson, believes that the Liberal Party is cooked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Hewson, since he left politics, he's decided he friggin' hates the Liberal Party. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
again,
he's saying,
I'm on his side. Yeah.
but he's saying that he believes that the Liberal Party's done, and it could very well be.
It could be. It absolutely could be.
Have you seen there was some polling done in the South Australian election, and what the analysis said was that if this is replicated, the most likely result is that the Liberals win 0.
Well, that's not that far away, the actual election, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a month
But
away.
we'll soon find out. This is where we find out if the polling is worth shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we
Because
find out whether or not.
Well, we've been
Yeah.
let down by it before, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's really scary is One Nation, and for the sake of preventing conspiracy tinfoil hats to get into Parliament, I hope that the Liberal Party can hold off.
Oh yeah. I'd
And
much rather the Liberal Party be winning seats than One Nation. One Nation is
Oh yeah.
Well, One Nation is like I sometimes have to watch set estimates for work, and I had to put up with listening to Malcolm Roberts the other day, and he was going off with this whole vaccine causes autism bullshit.
Mhm. Is
what's
that guy
the-
still relevant?
No, Malcolm Roberts has never been relevant, but he has had his
Yeah,
say.
but is he still in
Well,
politics?
Yes, he is. The problem is that even if he has no power, he has a voice, and he can speak live on air, and people can hear it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, but
And
so do I. Everyone has a voice.
I know, but having a voice in national parliament is quite significant.
So
Um,
he's still,
He gets
he's-
reported in the
Popular on
media.
talk radio.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. And
who entertains people like
Yeah.
that?
and but I got to watch a Labour
Oh,
senator
there's a lot of money in that.
who is a doctor, who is a medical doctor, just go off at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and yeah.
watching Brian Cox, the astrophysicist, the particle physicist, go off at him live on Q&A was just
That was a few years ago. That
chef's
was pretty
kiss.
good. Yeah.
Mm.
I like Brian
You and
Cox.
I were talking about last night the mercury in being banned in inoculations and stuff like that.
In vaccines, yeah.
Vaccines.
Methylmerosol.
And I learnt that from a debate where they had a couple of anti-vaxxers on against a couple of doctors, and everything broke down the moment they had to explain any form of detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what happens.
I think it's irresponsible to put people with conspiracy type views on air at all, because
I think it's bullshit.
There's a big difference between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is when you make an honest mistake, and disinformation is where you're purposefully lying.
Yeah.
And I think if you can't prove any form of information, you actually show that you're lying, then that should be banned in some way, shape, or form, in my opinion.
Well, personally, I just think that, like, denying the existence of climate change should be treated like how Germany says it's illegal to deny the Holocaust.
Yeah. No, I think it should just be like, if 99% of scientists who reach the thing agree, then it shouldn't be like one scientist and one climate denier. There should be 99 discussions that's only about climate science, and then one where a lunatic gets to come on and say they're dumb shit. Not every time, like, we've got to have
one.
It's not equal. It's not equivalent.
But realistically, people need to be informed with facts and not bullshit.
Yeah, that's what
but people don't listen to facts.
I would say it should be illegal to advertise.
Facts don't convince people.
All that conspiracy
you
stuff.
Can't
argue.
You
can't
argue to people with logic and facts on an emotional argument.
Stories and emotions sway people.
It just doesn't work. It doesn't get through.
Yeah. Telling a good story.
Mercury hasn't been used in vaccines since the year 2000.
Yeah. It's, oh my God. It's, that's
a whole other story. And even then, you pee it out. It's, it was a very non-toxic chemical, not elemental mercury. It was ethyl mercury. The harmful form was methyl mercury, and they weren't even using that. That's what you get from eating large fish, like salmon, that everyone like you can buy from the supermarket. And I just died.
Oh no!
Oh no, you died. Sorry. So Noog asking the question about Oprah having Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy and Jim Carrey are probably responsible for a really disturbing amount of deaths because of the number of people they've sold on anti-vax stuff.
So I don't feel like the anti-vax thing really took off until COVID.
It was very big pre that, but it got turbocharged by COVID. Again, the surreal thing is the guy with the discredited study. He wasn't even
Andrew Wakefield.
He wasn't even actually anti-vaccine. He fabricated a study to promote something that he had a commercial interest in. It was
even worse than that because he invited a whole bunch of kids to his young daughter's birthday party and then bribed the kids to give blood to his study with like treats and candy and shit, and then used that and still had to fake the results.
And
and the N value for the study was so shockingly low that it invalidated it, even if the results were good.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just bullshit.
As the weirdest thing is that he wasn't actually anti-vaccine. He had a commercial interest in the single focus vaccines, and so he was saying the MMR vaccine was dangerous, and he lied and faked the results. But he had a commercial interest in the MMR vaccine being discredited. So he's just a straight up criminal and liar, and it just hasn't gone away. And in the subsequent years, when it's become clear, okay, you're never making money from the thing you wanted to make money from, but you can have people listen to you everywhere if you just say unhinged shit and lies about vaccines. And so he does it for the
and then
attention.
you can make money from guest appearances, like being on the Joe Rogan show and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's all just
He
bull.
had his and is no longer a doctor because he had his medical license
because he's a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get off so I can have my dinner.
I'm going to get off so I can go to bed.
Oh,
I'm
really?
going to get off because I'm
Okay,
going to
I
watch
didn't
some
hear the conversation. Sorry,
lesbian Canadian lumberjack videos.
Nice. I might do that before I go to bed too, honestly.
Well, I don't want to hear about that kind of.
No, you don't want to hear about that.
Right, 3 screens of lumberjack videos.
Yeah. All right, everyone, take care. See, I ate the cherry about 15 minutes ago, Safa.
No, we got into good chat. That's all. Yeah,
just having great chat. Probably going to do a stream Sunday night, so we'll see you then if you're about. But I'm going to say bye for now.
Bye.
You are totally fucked up!